Air travel is a marvel of modern engineering and organization. It's a testament to human ingenuity that we can cross continents in a matter of hours, soaring above the clouds in machines that are both powerful and incredibly complex. The sheer scale of coordination required to keep thousands of flights moving safely every day is nothing short of extraordinary. Every day, millions trust their lives to a system built on decades of learning, innovation, and rigorous protocols. From the moment a ticket is booked to the instant wheels touch down, countless checks and balances are in place to ensure every journey is as safe as possible. We rarely think about the invisible shield of safety that surrounds us from check-in to landing. This shield is the result of lessons learned from past incidents, constant training, and a culture that puts safety above all else. This shield is not just technology, it's people. Pilots, flight attendants, air traffic controllers, and security staff all work in concert, each playing a crucial role. Their expertise, vigilance, and dedication form the backbone of aviation safety. Every rule and procedure, no matter how small, is a vital part of this safety net. From the safety demonstrations we often tune out, to the strict protocols followed by ground crews, every detail matters. On June 14, 2025, at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, this system faced a real test. What began as an ordinary day quickly became a proving ground for the entire safety apparatus. A routine afternoon was shattered by a single reckless comment, a bomb threat that triggered a full-scale emergency. In an instant, the airport's calm was replaced by urgency and uncertainty. The incident showed how quickly normalcy can vanish, replaced by the reality of a potential threat. Passengers and staff were suddenly thrust into a situation no one ever wants to face, but one for which they had trained, yet it also proved the system works. The crew, emergency services, and protocols responded with professionalism and precision. Every action was deliberate, every decision guided by experience and training. There was no panic, just a methodical, decisive execution of a well-rehearsed plan. Passengers were kept informed, staff remained calm, and the situation was managed with remarkable composure. This event reminds us why we trust air travel. Behind the scenes, dedicated professionals are always ready to protect us, no matter how unlikely the threat may seem. The story is not just about fear, but about the resilience and effectiveness of aviation safety. It's about the countless hours of preparation, the drills, and the teamwork that make safe travel possible. Our journeys are safe because of the unwavering commitment of those who guard the skies. Their vigilance, training, and sense of duty ensure that, even in the face of the unexpected, air travel remains one of the safest ways to move across our world. June 14th began like any other at Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. The sun rose over the bustling terminals, and travelers hurried through security, eager to reach their destinations. The airport, a hub of constant motion, was alive with the usual energy of a busy travel day. On Alaska Airlines Flight 2123, 68 passengers and 4 crew prepared for a short trip to Walla Walla. For most, it was just another routine flight, a quick hop across the state. Luggage was stowed, seatbelts clicked, and the familiar pre-flight announcements echoed through the cabin. As the plane taxied for takeoff, a male passenger made a direct comment to a flight attendant about a bomb. The words, spoken perhaps in jest or frustration, instantly changed the atmosphere on board. What had been a normal morning suddenly became tense and uncertain. In aviation, there are no jokes about threats. Every mention is treated as real. Even a single offhand remark can trigger a cascade of emergency procedures. The safety of everyone on board and in the airport depends on taking every threat seriously, no matter the intent. The flight attendant acted instantly, alerting the captain, who halted the aircraft. The crew's training kicked in, and they followed protocol without hesitation, knowing that every second counted in a potential emergency. The crew's calm, professional response prevented panic and set emergency protocols in motion. Passengers remained seated, watching the crew for cues as the seriousness of the situation became clear. The professionalism of the staff was crucial in maintaining order. Air traffic control was notified, and the plane was directed to a remote runway, away from the terminal. This quick decision minimized risk to the airport and allowed emergency teams to respond without delay. This isolation step is crucial to contain any potential threat and protect others. By moving the aircraft away from crowded areas, authorities could focus on the situation without endangering more lives. Emergency vehicles surrounded the aircraft as passengers waited, unaware that a single comment had triggered a full-blown crisis. The minutes ticked by slowly, tension mounting as everyone awaited further instructions. The priority was now clear: contain the threat, protect lives, and follow procedure. Security teams coordinated with the crew, ready to respond to any development, while the airport's operations ground to a halt. The airport's routine had been upended by one reckless remark. What started as an ordinary day had become a stark reminder of how quickly everything can change when safety is at stake. The crew's declaration of a security threat activated the airport's Emergency Operations Center. Police and fire units established a secure perimeter around the isolated plane. The FAA issued a ground stop, halting all departures and closing 2 runways. The FBI took charge, leading the investigation and coordinating with local authorities. This seamless, multi-agency response was the result of years of planning and drills. Every action followed a detailed emergency plan, turning chaos into a controlled operation. The ground stop and runway closures sent shockwaves through the airport and beyond. Departure boards filled with delays and cancellations, planes circled in holding patterns. Inside the terminal, confusion and anxiety grew as crowds swelled and information was scarce. At least 6 flights were canceled, 2 diverted, and a massive backlog formed. Passengers on Flight 2123 endured hours on the tarmac. Their short trip turned into a tense ordeal. They were eventually deplaned on the remote runway, met by law enforcement for screening. The disruption rippled across the country, all triggered by a single passenger's words. The incident was a stark reminder of how one action can impact thousands. With the plane isolated, authorities began a meticulous security sweep. Passengers and crew deplaned onto the tarmac, guided to a secure area for screening and interviews. K-9 units checked every person and bag for explosives. Meanwhile, bomb squads searched the aircraft from cockpit to cargo hold. Checked baggage was removed and screened with equal care. No detail was overlooked. Every inch of the plane and its contents was examined. The process was slow but essential. A single oversight could be catastrophic. Only after everything was cleared could the airport begin to return to normal. The thoroughness of the sweep underscored the uncompromising nature of aviation security. Safety, not speed, was the priority. As the sweep continued, law enforcement identified and detained the passenger responsible for the threat. The suspect was taken into custody without incident, shifting the crisis from emergency to investigation. The FBI and local police began building a case, reviewing the suspect's background and intent. With the threat contained, authorities confirmed there was no wider danger. After exhaustive searches, no explosives were found, only a verbal threat. The aircraft was cleared and towed back to the terminal. Passengers were rebooked on later flights and the airport began to reopen. The incident was over, but the legal process for the suspect was just beginning. The crew's quick action and the coordinated response had neutralized the threat. The system had worked as designed. In the aftermath, officials released clear, factual updates to the public and media. The Port of Seattle detailed the timeline threat at 12:15 p.m. Remote isolation, multi-agency response, and runways closed for nearly 3 hours. At least 6 flights were canceled, 2 diverted, and the ground stop lifted at 3:19 p.m. Alaska Airlines praised its crew for professionalism and confirmed all passengers were safe. Authorities emphasized that making a false threat is a serious federal crime. The FBI continued its investigation, reviewing whether federal charges would be filed. The incident was officially resolved by 3:15 p.m., but the legal consequences for the suspect were just beginning. Transparency and swift communication helped restore public confidence. The Seattle-Tacoma incident is a powerful lesson. Words have consequences, especially in aviation. A single statement can set off a chain reaction, impacting countless lives and operations. Security protocols exist for a reason. They are built from hard lessons and protect everyone. These measures, though sometimes inconvenient, are essential for maintaining the safety and security of all passengers and crew. The disruption and fear experienced by thousands were the result of one person's reckless comment. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of responsible communication, especially in sensitive environments like airports. The professionalism of the crew and the coordinated response of agencies proved the system's strength. Their quick thinking and adherence to protocols ensured that the situation was managed effectively. The willingness to halt operations despite massive disruption shows safety always comes first. This decision underscores the commitment to prioritizing human lives over schedules and convenience. Passengers can trust that authorities will never cut corners in a crisis. The calm and organized response from airport staff and security personnel reassured travelers that their safety was the top priority. Every traveler plays a role in this safety net, from following instructions to respecting protocols. Cooperation and vigilance from passengers are crucial in maintaining a secure environment. The incident was a test, and the system passed. The coordinated efforts of all involved demonstrated the robustness of the security measures in place. Layers of security held firm, and those tasked with our protection were ready. The multiple layers of security from surveillance to personnel worked seamlessly to ensure safety. While the event began with uncertainty, its resolution reinforced public trust in air travel. The successful handling of the situation restored confidence among passengers. Our collective vigilance keeps the skies safe for all. It is through the combined efforts of security personnel, crew, and passengers that we can ensure a safe and secure travel experience for everyone.